Because what we are doing is, okay, primitive accumulation, now that capitalism gets started, they come to the Caribbean, they steal into Kyrgyzstan, they steal labor from Africa, they create this stuff. And they get so much of this stuff, they're able to do their industrial revolution in Europe. Without the Caribbean, there's no Europe. You didn't need them, they needed you. Okay. Okay, but that's the first thing, but it gets worse. Okay? Because after that, Marx says, okay, yeah, that was then, but now we're okay, we've moved beyond that. Capitalism has moved to a higher level. Capitalism has moved to no higher level. The theft of resources and the theft of labor is worse than ever. And now we are mining ourselves. And we're taking ourselves as human beings, whole human beings, and we're burning ourselves. We're burning ourselves to do what? What do you do it up and you separate the pieces of yourself. So now I burn myself. Okay, you have to wake up at this time. You have to eat at this time. You have to make sure that you wash. You have to make sure that you brush your teeth. Blah, 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 blah. Why? Because you have taken one piece of yourself and say, I'm going to turn this piece of myself and mark into a commodity and sell it. Otherwise, I don't eat tomorrow.
And those that don't are considered insane.
Well, they die, or they're considered to be insane. So, but a lot of places you die if you don't. In some places you have a welfare system. In other places you die. Okay, but on top of that, okay, but on top of that, that labor power that you have to sell has a value. Why are you here at this university? Because you're enriching yourself as human beings? For your fulfillment. That's why you're here, right? Is that why you're here?
No, because you get paid, you become a professor, you do this.
Because there's this piece of yourself you have to sell. And that, if you have a certain paper, you can sell it for a higher value. That's why we're here. Who is rich enough to come to this place just to become a better human being? We're all struggling to sell this thing. And this thing, when you sell it, it's a piece of you. You've turned yourself into a materia prima that can be mined and exploited like a materia prima. You're no longer a human being. You've taken a piece of yourself, your life, and you punch the card and you go to that boss and he controls your life for 8 hours. That's what we're doing. That's what they've turned us into. And our whole life, the goal of our whole life is just to make ourselves as marketable as possible, that piece of ourselves. And when you do that, it's not yourself that you're selling a piece of yourself. In other words, you've alchemized yourself and you've separated yourself into materia prima, and there's one piece of that that you market and the rest you leave home.